India, the most difficult part is implementation. Policies are not that bad, but implementation is highly bad. What I felt. This is my personal opinion. Okay. So a few things. What I feel, theory and practical go side by side, both together, which is not only in if you are in school only theory, if you are in field only practical. So what is the reason of failure in performance and efficiency of the school's ecosystem? Because we focus on the students, not the teachers.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 360 View from Policy to Practice podcast. This is your host, Shweta Churamani. This podcast is a part of design phase of Neiman Global Capital's Pehel Fellowship, an innovative learning opportunity exclusively curated for rural government STEM educators. STEM meaning teachers who teach science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Today we have with us as guest Dr. Hira Lal Patel, who is the Secretary Irrigation Department, Government of Uttar Pradesh, and Chairman of the Greater Sharda Command Area Development Authority, Uttar Pradesh. He's based out of Lucknow. Let's welcome Dr. Hira Lal Patel.
Thank you, Supriya, for inviting me in this discussion. Thank you.
So, sir, before we start our interview, I just wanted to understand from you what has been your journey, how you have come into administrative services, and to the point that you are now in such a leadership position in the government of Uttar Pradesh.
In very brief, actually, I belong to state Uttar Pradesh in India, and in Uttar Pradesh there is a district Basti. In that district, I was born and brought up in a village under the block development Saunghat. So my initial period of life was in village. So I am primarily prim- was in government primary education, which were liking all type of facility. Till 8th class, I was educated from village, and after that, from 9 to 12, I secured a scholarship of 100 rupee per month through a competition in a scheme, and I took admission and I got hostels in government inter college Basti. So I was there for 4 years. Thereafter, I went and did my BTech in electrical engineering, PMTech from IIT BHU, which right now it is IIT BHU, but at that point of time it was IIT BHU. So, question is how I am into administration. Actually, my father was farmers. He was a employee in veterinary hospital as compounder, and he was posted in block veterinary hospital, and in block premises itself, block office, CSC, PSC, veterinary, many offices are there, and senior officers, SDM, CDO, district magistrates frequently used to visit block, and my father was knowing the power, prestige, and in Hindi, jalwa about these services, SDM, CDO. So he inspired me that you need to join administrative services. And he cultivated, he inspired, he motivated me to achieve this. And that dream of my father, I collaborated with his dream and I made effort. I changed my mindset to become an administrative officer, and today I'm here. This is in very brief.
Thank you so much, sir. So I think I need not go any further. You are a role model in itself who have studied in the government education system and then you have graduated to a very reputed IIT BHU and then from there to IEB coming in IS services. So I think I'll start with you. What do you think are the challenges that you faced as a student while you were studying in a Hindi medium?
Before to answer your question, I would like to add more in your first question. After after coming into After coming into job, I did my Master of Public Administration from Syracuse University in New York. I was there from August to July 2019 to July August 2010, and I acquired Master of Public Administration degree. After coming from there, I took admission in PhD and I completed my PhD. After PhD, my thirst for learning or education is not complete. Right now, I am about to complete my DLET from Ayodhya University, and it is almost in completion phase. And I am thinking to take admission for next course, which will be based on AI. How AI can be used to enhance the impact and efficiency of the social work, social governance, which is my job. So this is in brief. Now answer to your question, what do you think are the challenges for teachers in the teaching STEM subjects in school? So first and foremost, challenge is mindset. Our teachers, our parents, our management who is supporting behind the curtain to students, teachers, schools, they are having very strong inertia. They do not want to change because change is always resisted. So how to change their mindset to overcome the inertia, that is the big challenge. Okay. And one that is the first issue in my mind, how to change their mindset. Second thing is that challenge is that lack of facilities, lack of infrastructure. For example, there is lack of infrastructure. Chair is not there, desk is not there, play materials are not there. There are so many things which our schools lacks. Even if it is there, they will be short in number, and that number also we are not able to use them because we do not know how to use that things to teach the students. And right now, without digital things, we cannot update ourselves, we cannot innovate, create that. So digital infrastructure in terms of digital lab or proper speed of internet is not there. So these are very visible problems in particularly in rural areas. And one more thing I would like to add in this, that our still things are exam centric. Everything if you read in classroom appear in the exam, and you have to pass in different grades. So what we are creating? We are creating lines of the paper. When they will go into the field, their practical knowledge is almost zero. So for industry or for practical purpose, for problem solving, for performing, they are thoroughly useless. So these are major problems. If we can overcome these somehow, our education will become performing, and the importance and utility of the education will improve. This is what I think and what I feel as practitioner, because I am a practitioner, not a theoretical person.
Thank you, sir. So you basically said three most important things. One is the mindset of the students, the teachers, and the parents needs to change towards teaching and learning. The second thing you mentioned is about the changing of the infrastructure. We need to upgrade the school so such that the positive environment is created for learning. And the third thing that you mentioned is about changing the exam centric learning pattern, which focuses on theoretical understanding as opposed to being a practical understanding, which is really required at the field level.
So,
Thank you, sir.
in third point, I would like to add something more. Actually, we are totally 100% focusing on the theoretical learning. So, theory and practical go both side by side. Both together we need to do. Right now, theoretical 100%, practical 0. So, we have to make a balance, theory and practical both together.
Thank you, sir. So, in terms of teachers training, sir, what are your recommendation? What do you think are the challenges for the teachers? What you talked about right now is more at a school level, at an ecosystem level, at the teachers level for the STEM education. What do you think are the challenges?
Actually, in challenges, there are many challenges. But if these three, what I just put light, if we will be able to do that, rest automatically will be in line. These are the basics in my, as per my own experience. If they will be pro to adapt the change. Anything they will get in the change, they will adapt. Right now, their inertia is very high. I know all. I need not to study, and I have joined as a teacher for 60 years. Nobody can throw me out because performance based, no punishment. So change, and government of Uttar Pradesh has launched a yearly prize scheme. So they invite innovative, creative teachers work. They are being screened. After that, they are selected and they are given prize by the chief minister. So in education system, this has created a competition that I want next year prize from chief minister. So they are trying to bring best practices into their schools. That is a motivation. So it is not that ki there is no step to enhance the quality of the education. There are so many, but still that is meager in my opinion.
That's very interesting that the government of Uttar Pradesh has launched this prize
Giving is
facil- prize giving scheme in which good STEM educators will be rewarded for their performance. Very nice. So this is, I think, definitely one of the solution. What do you think are the other solution based on your experience in government of Uttar Pradesh? And also, I would add to that people have this perception that it's very difficult to work in the state of Uttar Pradesh. And this is the thing I also face when we are reaching out to different donors and different partners. They are little hesitant. And I think a part of it is because the basic infrastructure is not there. That is one reason. But the other part is I would like to understand from you.
so from solution point of view. From solution point of view, what we should do, how we should do to find out solution of these challenges and problems. I got the opportunity to become district magistrate in district Mada in Bundelkhand, and I was collector there from August 2018 to February 2020, around 18 months, 1.5 year. Okay, so primary education, secondary education was in my focus. So there was a big challenge before me, how I should bring some changes, positive changes in education system. So what I did, I am going to share with you, and that was very easy to do, but easy to do provided you have that fire in the belly. So what I did, I to change the mindset, I organized 3-day startup innovation event workshop in Medical College Banda. And there is a scheme called Bigyan Club. Every district under the district magistrate chairmanship, Bigyan Club. Science department has created this, and they used to finance also for the action and activities. So using the platform, using the guidelines of Vigyan Club, I conducted 3 days workshops. Okay. And in this workshop, every schools have to visit either any day, either 28th, 29th, 30th January, with students and teachers. So they came, they visited, they witnessed the updated technology, methodology, whatever updated knowledge were present at that point in time. So when they saw by visiting this workshop, their mindset was changed. Oh, I am using this, and that's very obsolete. That is not performing. We have so many things, so we need. So that way, through this workshop, I put, I planted, I planted the plant for changing. So that worked very well. People start thinking to change themselves, particularly teachers, because in that workshop teachers came, parents came, BSA, DIS, every education ecosystem visited. So that was very good experiment, and I got good result. They start thinking to change, to adapt new thing, to adapt, to innovate, to create, to update. So that was my first step. And facility began, club was there, and collaboration with different departments. Second, what I did, second step, actually the private sector schools have to compete among themselves. Then they will get admission. Otherwise, their school will be shut down. So they will have to update. They will have to innovate. They will have to be creative. So all the activities and actions which is followed by the private schools, I implemented it in my government schools in a systematic way. For example, formation of old students union, alumni association, it was created in all primary schools. Okay. Education tour, local education tour, go BDO office, go DM office, go police office, go matlab, nearby. So they weekly they teachers and students go and visit to some thana, police station. Police in charge will offer tea, cup, chai, respect, and they will explain how to work. So they get the, this was a new approach. NGO partnership. I promoted that every school should partner with NGO working in the education fields. Likewise, parent teacher meeting was there in private but not in government. So I promoted it to and ensured it to happen monthly like private. And I told them ki find out map the interest of each student and try to improve, develop that interest of a student so that he should create interest towards the study. Yoga I started in each schools so that teacher students be healthy. If they will be not healthy, what they will study? Magazine publication. Every school have to publish magazines. Material will be of student, teachers, and all that. Okay. And annual events, annual function. Every school have to enroll. In many schools, I was there as chief guest. I was leader. So likewise, I created many things. Basically, I did not create it. I took it from the private, implemented as district magistrate, which was my duty. So I created a good model. There is a good competition. Okay. So and after creating this model, I wrote to Government of Uttar, Director General Education, Vijay Kiran. He is an IS officer. At that point of time, Vijay Kiran Anand was the Director General of Education. Mostly things he adopted from my model and implemented through guideline by issuing direction and guidelines to adopt in whole UP schools. So that was one thing. And I took the list of from colleges of the students who want to go into engineering, who want to go into medical administration, lawyer. After getting that list prepared, I called coaching experts from the Lucknow for 1 day. So all students interested in the engineering got free of cost in my meeting hall. I organized this in the meeting hall of the district magistrate, collectorate. Expert told them, taught them how to prepare for engineering, how to prepare for medical, how to prepare for lawyer, acting, administration. So that was also a very good step for the first time in the history. Okay, they got insights, knowledge, procedures by good experts who are located in Lucknow. And one more thing, I used to go, I launched a program, student development. As far as possible, at least twice a week, I used to go in the school in the morning 9 to 9:30 in a programmed way. I went there in a school, I lectured them what to do, how to do. If a DM is talking for half an hour directly with the students, and all students will would sit on ground on a dari, not tam jham like old style. Okay, so that motivated students ki district magistrate is talking to me directly, which is a very difficult for them to see a district magistrate. So that was also a very good thing. And one more, I have seen the picture chief minister of one day, एक दिन का मुख्यमंत्री. So I started based on that topic, officer of one day. Students, I created 5 steps. Each student had to follow all the steps, and they become officer for 1 day. Some become DM for 1 day, some become police in charge 1 day, CMO 1 day, CDO 1 day, and lastly they get a certificate. So that inspired them to become officer. One thing that inspired them to in that inspired them to remove the hesitation in their personality, and they become bold. Their aim is fixed. They become encouraged, empowered, because in 5 steps they have to write, they have to research, they have to visit office. Then one day they will have to move all along morning till night with the officer as officer in parallel. Then they will put give a presentation what they have learned by all rest 4 steps, what learning, what everything through a PPT for 5 slides. Then I used to issue the certificate. So these things I did practically, and it was very fruitful. And it so what I did, theory and practical both. Whatever you have learned in the classroom, apply in these steps practically. So theory, practical both, and it paid. It paid, and this improved their practical knowledge along with the theoretical knowledge. So these are some solutions. There are so many solutions, but what I did as district magistrate, I got the success that I'm telling.
Thank you, sir. And I'm very impressed by the number of activities and very much by the innovation that you have brought in the district of Banda. My only thing is that only concern, or maybe I would like to know more, is that how these things are scaled at a state level. How different districts, like I come from Mathura, my birthplace is Mathura district, and the situation of education in Mathura is far from ideal, I would say. So how do we ensure that such good innovative practices are implemented in other districts? I take the example of Agra. A lot of students, lot of children in Agra, they work in the shoe factories there. Similarly, in different state districts of Uttar Pradesh, these small scale industries work, and lot of students, children, they work in these, as a child labor. So how do we ensure that the best practices from Banda district are being implemented at a state level?
See, it implementation requires leadership attention. Nobody has said me in Banda to do all that. It was my own inspiration, my own creation. So, in my opinion, it is possible only if district level leadership bring their focus this education, because I was primarily educated. So I always think that ki wherever I'll go and where I was, primary education was in my focus. So I used to change them. I used to amend them, improve them, whatever I can do, that I did. So if we want such results, our leadership must focus on it, must give the priority among. There are so many things. More than 500 programs are going on. In your primary education, more than 25 schemes are running. Okay, programs are running. So it is this requires focus of leadership at district level as well as state level to get the desired result and performance what you want to say.
So, sir, what do you think are the changes that is required in the Indian education system when it comes to teachers training, and if there is anything that you want to change in the design or implementation of national education policy of India?
Actually, already national education policy tried to incorporate many things to change from traditional to updated version of the education policy. The difficulty lies, we have written in paper as national education policy many things. How that idea, how that action activity you will translate on the ground, that is very difficult. In India, the most difficult part is implementation. Policies are not that bad, but implementation is highly bad, what I felt. This is my personal opinion. Okay. So, a few things, what I feel, theory and practical go side by side, both together, which is not. Only in, if you are in school only theory, if you are in field only practical. If you are in field, nobody will learn, nobody will find out what is updated knowledge, what is, they will keep away from the learning. So theoretical and practical knowledge both should go side by side, both should be practiced together, whether you are in school classroom or whether you are in field as practitioner. So that should be done and it must be ensured. One thing. Second thing, one size fit for all. Every village is like a country from implementation point of view of any program. If same program in two adjacent nearby villages, in one it will be implementable, we can implement well, but in the adjacent village we cannot implement that program of the same department as we have got good results in the adjoining. So each village is like a country. So one size fit for all. You have made a plan for whole UP for all 75. This approach is a big barrier in my opinion. So customize, whether customization is for district, for block, for whatever it may be, customization is required based on the local needs, local requirements, local situations, local resource availability, local barriers. So that is not there. One size fit for all, we always follow this. That is a big barrier. So one more thing in my opinion, we have many committees, many clubs in schools, but there is no research and development committee or clubs in school. So in all the schools we must have research and development committee under some teacher who is interested in this. If there are 4 5 teacher to someone is interested, all are not bad. So who is interested, we must for RD club or committee, and that club committee will provide practical solutions to local problem. We will take some local problem around the village, around the school in the village, and we will try through this club to find out through this club some solutions. So that will be a practical approach. Whatever theory we will learn, that we will try to apply in the problem seeking, solution seeking problems. So there are these things which need to be added. Weekly exposure visit, I think, is required. Teacher and student both go for exposure visit. Exposure visit learning is very effective. It increases our impact and efficiency. So these are some points which I think we need to do.
This is fantastic, sir. The Research and Development Committee, this is a very, very exciting recommendation to be made. And it's very practical also that it will be solving the real issues from the village, and students will and teachers together will be able to apply the skills that they have learned in the classroom very well. My next
Not
question is.
not only that, this club will find out the best practices, best solution for that problem which is existing nearby the school. So they will go, not only they will research. Today searching anything very easy. Google will connect you to the best solution in word for your local problem. So that should be supply demand connect through internet, but that system should be there. So research and development club committee will be a system to do that. That is my point.
So, sir, what do you think are some of the actionable steps? And you have already covered some of it, is that there needs to be a customization. But still, what do you think are some actionable steps that policymakers, educators, and institutions can take to improve teacher training?
Hmm. So what I am going to answer in in your this question, that is not mine. That is from a teacher who was teacher in Baheri, Bareilly. Initially, he was a teacher in a private college, and within 4 years, he left that college, and within 4 5 years, he created 4 big schools of his own. So he said to me at that point of time, teach the teachers, not the students. Teach the teachers, not the students. What is the reason of failure in performance and efficiency of the school's ecosystem? Because we focus on the students, not the teachers. And I was convinced at that point with his views, and I practice this. So we have to change our focus in planning, in programming, in implementation from student centric to teacher centric. If teacher will be good, school will be good. He told one more thing which I would like to share here. He said that if a student fails, and if that student sound by mind, that student does not fail. The teachers who taught, they fail. The management of that school failed. Whole ecosystem failed. Student did not. So don't finger this side, finger this side. And that is the mantra of that teacher who created four schools within 4 years by a experience of four teachers as job as teacher in a private school. So my first thing for policymaker, for institutions, and for educators, change your focus. Program plan for the teachers first, students second. Second thing, already I have told in the previous answer, one size fit for all is big barrier. Please come out of this and start thinking customized education systems, education programs. Third, already I have repeated research and development, clubs and committees we need to do. And the most important, which I feel will give the best result among all steps, that is the exposure weekly visit, best practices, offices, or whatever you can do. You go with the student nearby on a pond and discuss their importance of water, water related things. When they will, if you will discuss that thing in your classroom, and if you will discuss that thing on the bank, on the side of the ponds, there will be a great difference in the skill development and learning. So exposure visit I recommend, and I'm very fond of. Wherever I got the chance, I used to send my officials for the best practice visit for the learning. So these are few points. There are so many, but in my opinion, these 4 points I would like to mention over here.
Thank you, sir. We are towards the end of the interview, and so what message would you like to convey to aspiring teachers and those currently working in the field?
So my message will be: a good teacher is one who is a great student. A good teacher is one who is a great student. All teachers, I encourage them to treat teaching as a journey of mutual learning. Teaching is a mutual learning for students and for teachers both. The concept that learning is for students is not true, which is prevailing. Learning for both. And till the last time, till the death, we must be a learner. And be curious, adaptable, and innovative, creative in your approach. That is always keep changing, overcome your inertia. So, this is my message to teachers: be a good be a good student in the form of a teacher. So, two become two in one, teacher and student both. One side teacher, second side is student. So, this is my message.
Thank you so much, sir. Your insights and your valuable experiences. It's just it has just enriched our perspective on how and why the Pehel Fellowship is very much required, and it will definitely help us improve its design. Thank you so much for this interview.